What is going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the best axe players in the world, and this is going to be Pure, and he plays for the team Betboom. If you guys have never watched them play, they're one of the best teams out there right now, especially in the current meta. They have been rising up in the ranks and have been to the finals with Gaming Gladiators, which is currently the best team in Dota 2, and his mechanics are honestly so good for a player that hasn't been playing the offlane for a long time. He was playing carry last season, so it's definitely a different transition because you don't have the priority anymore, but he's given a lot of priority because he's such a good player and he's able to dominate his lane. A big part of why he dominates his lane so much, especially on Axe, is because of his lane mechanics and the way his support plays and helps him be super aggressive. In this game exactly, he is up against a Terrorblade and a Bat Rider, and it's honestly a very good matchup for Axe because there's really nothing Terrorblade does to him, and position 5 Bat Rider doesn't really annoy Axe that much. So his starting build was very heavy on stats. He had a magic wand and a bunch of branches just to survive the lane and be able to sustain and be very tanky, because these iron branches are very good on Axe. He still ended up going for the standard Axe build by getting the Vanguard, the Blink, the Blade Mail. Axe is one of those heroes where his item build is practically the same every single game. You might get a Refresher or a Shiva's here and there or an Aghanim Scepter. You can kind of do those, but his staples are always going to be the same with the Blink Dagger and the Blade Mail. I don't think you can play Axe without these items. There was a Phylactery build out there, but I'm not really sure on how good that build is and how reliable it is on a hero like Axe. But if you do see a lane similar to this where there's a Terrorblade or any illusion carry for that matter, that is where you like to play Axe. You're able to cut the waves and they can't really do too much about it because you're pure damage. So the more they hit you with the illusions, the more procs you're going to get on your spin, and it's going to absolutely decimate those illusions. One of the things that makes Pure such a good offlaner, especially when he's on Axe, is that he never feels pressured to take a really dumb fight when he doesn't have his items. Axe is the type of hero that is very based on his items. If you don't have Blade Mail Blink, you really don't want to be fighting. I mean, you could definitely go for a play with Blade Mail, but if you just have nothing, you have Phase Boots or just Brown Boots, you definitely just want to stick to your stacks, stick to the lane, or if you get kicked out of lane because you're playing against a really tough matchup like Lifestealer or Huskar or these heroes that definitely just want to beat into you and you're not able to stay in lane, you go out there, get your stacks, get your timings, because once you're online, you're going to be making so much space for your carry, and that's exactly what this guy does. He's able to win games single-handedly for his team from the offlane, and it's really good to see that people are still picking Axe, as he's not the most picked offlaner out there right now, but his win rate is still definitely very solid. And if you're an Axe player, you definitely enjoy playing this hero, and you know how impactful a blink call with Blade Mail can do in a team fight, especially if you have good follow-up. Over here they have really good follow-up where they have a Snapfire and Enchantress. I think Axe Enchantress is such a toxic lane because Impetus is such a strong tool, plus she could definitely take over the jungle with a creep, and they can definitely harass out pretty much any support. Enchantress is a lane dominator by trade, and Axe can definitely be a lane dominator into the right matchup because there's really nothing a lot of heroes can do to it, especially illusion heroes. Once you have that Vanguard, you're super tanky, you're able to cut waves, and you're able to get so much farm and XP on this hero. It's definitely very strong, and Pure is one of these players that he is so smart. He knows exactly who to go for, and that's honestly one of the most important things about playing Axe is your target priority. Just because they have a mid laner or a carry player, you don't always want to go for these heroes. You have a lot of value if you go for the controlling supports. Let's say they have a Techies, or in this case a Bat Rider. You definitely want to jump them and get rid of them. That way they can't get their lasso off, which is their pretty much why the reason the hero's being picked is because they want to use that lasso. They want to bring them in and they want to get that team fight win. If you're able to delete a couple of supports quickly by jumping them, that ends up being a lot more value sometimes than killing the carry itself, because most of these supports are building items to buff their carries. So if you get rid of these buffs or you kill the enemy offlaner with all the auras, the carry is not as buffed as he used to be, so it's a lot easier for your team to win. This is one of the things I noticed from his gameplays that he does the most. He is always jumping the backline, always jumping supports, and not putting too much prioritization on jumping the carry itself or pretty much the highest net worth hero. He definitely wants to jump in on the squishier targets, get rid of them quickly, and by the time those targets are dead, he could definitely reset, pop BKB, get out, and then do it all over again. And that's how much impact this guy has on this hero. He's definitely one of the best Axe players out there. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about Pure. Have you guys ever watched Betboom play? They're definitely one of the better teams out there, and I'm a really big fan of the way Pure plays his offlane. And and definitely very impressed on the way he's been growing as an offlaner, especially transitioning from the carry position. Definitely let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.